All right, we good.
Yep.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Pick and Roll. We got Sean and EJ in the house, in the building. Got a great show planned out for y'all. This is actually our last show of 2025. It was a great year. We actually created this show this year, and it's been a blast. And more, very much more to come in 2026, everybody. So let's get into this last show of the year. Because we will be off on next week on Christmas. There will be no show Christmas week. So this is the last show of 2025. So let's get into it. We got power rankings like usual. We're gonna start off with the NBA, week 9 of the NBA season. It's getting closer to All-Star break, so standings are changing. We're seeing more of a playoff formation. So I'm going to start us off with my power rankings. Coming in hot at number 5, we got the San Antonio Spurs. They just made a run at the NBA Cup. I know it means nothing. We'll get into that later. But I like what I'm seeing from them. They look legit. Wemby just came back. I like it. Number 4, New York Knicks. They just won the cup. Also means nothing. But they just have a loaded roster, like I said last week. A star in Jalen Brunson and Cat, and they just look ready. They got the experience from last year. Number 3, we got the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham, the 1 seed. Like, who would have thought we'd be saying that in the same sentence? The Pistons and the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Crazy. Number 2, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know it's shocking. They're not one. They're not one. But like I always say, power rankings, we live in the present, we live in the now. Forget about tomorrow, forget about yesterday. Right now, the Thunder just lost the NBA. No, they didn't go to the championship game to the Spurs. That was a regular season game, okay? That was a regular season game. That was their second loss. So as a team that just lost and is seeing now maybe, okay, the Spurs have their number, maybe, you know what I mean? So if you're losing to the Spurs, you got to drop in the power rankings. So number 1 leaves us with the Denver Nuggets. I've been waiting to put them at 1 all year. Here they are at 1. Jokic been dominating the entire season. He's been dominating honestly this decade, like the 2020s, like it's the Jokic era. And they are deep and they're still winning games without two of their key role players in Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. Nuggets are good and they're ready to beat everyone. They are ready to beat anybody. They are not scared. So that's my power rankings. We got 5 Spurs, 4 Knicks, 3 Pistons, 2 Thunder, and 1 Nuggets for week 9. Argue with the wall, EJ.
What? Are you serious? You
What
put
could you
the
possibly
Nuggets
have
over
wrong
the
with this?
Thunder? Nuggets
It's
over
power
Thunder?
rankings, bro. They just lost.
So what? They're still number one seed in the West.
You lose to a young Spurs team, bro,
You lost to a 7-4 alien. Yeah, I would
on a
lose
minutes
too.
restriction coming back from injury off the
I would
bench.
lose too. I would lose too. What are you talking about? You act like, bro, the Nuggets from the Thunder is a 4 game difference. What are you talking about? The Thunder are statistically a better team than every single team in the league.
Look, I'm not saying that this is like Nuggets championship winners right now, but like all I'm saying is it's power rankings, bro. It's a weekly
What does
basis,
that
and this week
mean? It don't
Nuggets
mean
were
nothing.
this week Nuggets were on top. Maybe next week Thunder will take it back. You know, it's a week by week, day by day.
So by them losing 1 game, then it was just like, okay, great.
I
Like that was
mean,
their excuse for putting the Nuggets at number one, is that they lost 1 game.
it wasn't just anybody. Like they lost to
A
someone
good
that's
Spurs
not in the
team.
same conversation as them.
What? Bro, stop it, bro.
It's power rankings, bro. It's a week by week basis. They'll probably be back on 1 next week. But
Great. You know what, Sean? Let me name my top five.
all
My
right,
top
let's hear it.
five power rankings, because what the blasphemy this man just said. Number five, I'm putting my Toronto Raptors on there, man. Raptors are going crazy. BI, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Grady Dick. Like, this is a good Eastern Conference team. Brandon Ingram is shown. This is going back to All-Star Brandon Ingram, most improved player Brandon Ingram, back in New Orleans. This is a very good Raptors team. Number four, give me the New York Knicks. I do agree with Sean. I think the NBA Cup means nothing. Just because they have 500K extra to their salary does not mean they're going to win the title. Great job, Knicks, but that doesn't mean anything. Number three, I'm going with the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are the best team in the East by far. I think they could go deep. I think they can make a deep playoff run if keep playing at this style. They're doing great. Um, Number two, give me the San Antonio Spurs. Man, like this team is elite. You have Dylan Harper with Stephon Castle and Wemby with Luke Cornett. Like it's a lot of duos in that team as well. You got Wemby and Cornett. You got Wemby and Castle. You got Harper and Castle. It's a lot of good players on a very good young team. Um, so yeah, the Spurs are number two. And number one is the OKC Thunder. The Nuggets aren't even in my top seven. Like I don't even know what you're talking about. But the Thunder is number one. I don't need to explain much. They've lost two games in 27 games. Just because they lose one game does not make them uh does not decrease their ranking. I don't know what he's talking about, but those are my power rankings for
All
the
right. First of all, no Nuggets in the top five is blasphemous. Is blasphemous. They are like without a doubt the second best team in the Western Conference right now.
in the Western Conference. In the Western Conference. This is power
And you
ranking.
have two West
Oh,
teams above
NBA.
them. And you
Okay.
have two West teams. You have the Spurs above them.
I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
crazy,
Yes.
man.
Yes. Yes.
And they're better than the Raptors for sure. 1000%, bro. So if you're gonna like Raptors making the list is fine, but not over Nuggets, man. Not over Nuggets, bro.
You put the Thunder over the
And
Nuggets. You
speaking of
think
the Raptors, man, I keep my receipts around here, and I'm just gonna say who was it in what was it episode one of this season two that came on here and said that the Raptors could make the playoffs, and was it you who looked at me like I had three eyes, and
No,
you were
yeah, I did. Yeah, I did look at you
so
crazy.
now you're
I
switching up, bro, and I don't get any of the credit for this.
No, you get no credit because that was the first and only time you talked about them. After that, I brung them up and I put the Raptors in conversations.
All right. Well, at least we agreed on Pistons Knicks. Um, let's move on to NFL Week 16 power rankings, everybody. I'll start us off again. Number five, boom. We got your Chicago Bears, EJ. Still winning games. Caleb's still balling. Number four, we got the Buffalo Bills. Huge week stretch from them. They've won three straight. Josh Allen is clutch. James Cook is cooking. Number three, the Seattle Seahawks just got a huge win last night over the Rams. Um, Number two, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I made this list before the game last night. Um, so maybe we switch these two, but I had two Rams, so maybe we'll move them down to three and put the Seahawks at two after last night. Um, and then number one, the Denver Broncos. I'm seceding. I'm surrendering. The Broncos are looking legit, man. Um, I'm gonna take a moment of of shame here. And yeah, I'm gonna the Broncos are number one on my power rankings. Never thought I'd see the day. But I can't ignore what I'm seeing.
And
Crazy,
who
crazy
who
performances.
who who told you that? Who
All right, we're even. We're even.
who told you that, son?
All
Because
right, we're even.
last time I checked, it was moi who said that.
All
So I'm just trying to refresh your memory.
right, 1-1. Your move.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. NFL standings. My NFL standings. Sean, I for the most part agree. I think the Broncos are legit. Seahawks Rams that could have gone either way. I think yeah, switch Seahawks and Rams, but other than that, I think your list is low key valid. I,
All right,
I
good to
think
hear.
it's good job.
We agreeing
Sean, I agree. I fully agree.
today.
My NFL standings, number five, give me the LA Rams. They just lost last night. It could, like I said, it could have gone either way. Sam Darnold is like that. JSN is like that. Seahawks defense is like that. Seahawks are really like that. They're legit. Send them straight to the playoffs. They could win the whole NFC at this point, depending on the next few games. Um, so yeah, my Rams are number five. They could still win the NFC, and it's not looking too good with the Seahawks and with other teams in the NFC like the Bears and the Packers. But the Rams are number five. My number four, give me the Chicago Bears, man. Uh, 10 wins, first time since 2018 we've had 10 wins. Third time and no, this is the third time in since 2013 of winning 10 games. We won 2013, 2018, and now. So it's looking good. Defense is rolling. We're gonna get Tremaine Edmonds back. Unfortunately, Luther Burden and Rome Odunze will be out, but we still have DJ, we still have Cole, we still have C Love, we still have OZ, we got DeAndre Swift, we have Duve, we have a lot of good pieces, so I'm not really worried about that. Um, so yeah, my number three, this is gonna surprise a lot of people. Give me the Jaguars, man. My number three is the Jaguars.
Man,
Jaguars are like that. I think they're gonna win the AFC South, but the Texans, I know their defense is legit. We don't know, but I think the Jaguars have a really good chance of winning the AFC South, competing for that title with the Broncos and the Patriots and the Chargers, as well as the Bills, and the Steelers. So I'm a number three. My number two, I'm going with the Buffalo Bills, man. The Buffalo Bills are like that. Josh Allen, in my opinion, is the best quarterback in the league. I think he's good. He might go back to back. This is the best chance for him to win the Super Bowl. I think he has the most experience being in the playoffs against two young Bulls and Drake May and Bo Nix, and Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson aren't really clicking with their team. So this is the best chance for the Bills to win a Super Bowl this year. And my number one, Sean, I fully agree with you, is the Denver Broncos, man. Bo Nix is really like that. Even without elite receivers on his team, he still makes it happen. You know what I'm saying? You have Cortland Sutton, who isn't the most flashy receiver, but gets the job done. You have Pat Bryant, you know what I'm saying? So no, yeah, those are my top five.
EJ, where are the Seahawks, bro? Where are the Seahawks on this list? Why you have the Rams at five and no Seahawks,
Oh, you
bro?
right. What am I talking about? You're so right. What the
Bro.
I'm tripping.
And
Tripping. Low key,
and
low key.
even why are
Hold
the Rams even that low?
Low
Like,
key. Hold
you
on,
got to put
hold
the
on,
Seahawks at like
hold
two
on,
and Rams like three, man. Get the
hold on,
Jaguars out of there.
hold on, hold on. Fine. You're right.
It
Which Seahawks
was
ran?
an overtime game too, bro. Like
Like I
Rams
said,
definitely
it
could have
could have
won that.
gone either way. And you're right. The Seahawks won. The Seahawks are number five. Those are my list. That's my list.
All right. There, that's better. All right, just got to make sure, bro. 'Cause I was about to say, like, no Seahawks is crazy after what we just saw, what we've been seeing,
Nah,
after
yeah,
what you
you're
were
right.
just saying, bro.
You're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
All right. And with that, we'll move into debates and takes, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Lots of stuff happened in the NFL recently, and we got a couple NBA questions, but we're gonna start off in the NFL. Um, Did the Bills versus Patriots game on Sunday mean more for the Bills or the Patriots? The Bills were able to win after coming back from 21-0. So was this a more meaningful win for the Bills, or was this a more telling bad loss for the Patriots?
Well, look at it from this way, Sean, right? Bills Patriots, if New England had won that game, they clinched the division,
Hmm.
right? They clinched the AFC East, Bills, and then it'd probably be between Patriots and Broncos for number one seed in the AFC. Josh Allen had the team on his back. He had to perform in the best way possible because he has a real chance of winning the Super Bowl. He has a real chance of going back to back MVP. This is the best chance. The Chiefs are out. Their kryptonite is out, right? You have two young QBs who've never experienced the Super Bowl, I mean, the playoffs before, let alone the Super Bowl. Josh Allen hasn't either. He's come damn close, right? Bo Nix been in the playoff once, didn't go good. Drake May, this is his first real season where he's taking control, and I just don't trust him in the playoffs as good as he is. So this meant more for the Bills, for Josh Allen's sake, for his legacy, and for a chance to win a Super Bowl because this showed that they can beat really good teams in this league, such as New England, such as Denver, such as even let's go to the NFC, such as Chicago, such as Philly, such as Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? So this meant more for the Bills for sure, 1,000%.
Mhm. I didn't expect you to say that. I actually agree. You can look at the Patriots and say, "Man, you guys just proved you were frauds," you know? Like we were expecting this, you know?
Mhm.
We didn't expect them to have this high of a record, but we expected a game like this. We expected a loss. Um, I don't know who was favored that game, but it should have been the Bills just off, I don't know, experience. But yeah, I'm gonna say Bills, and that's because no one expected the Patriots to do anything and be this good and have this good of a record and be in the playoffs really. Um, and so that said, they didn't succeed expectations. Um, so that's why this meant more for the Bills because you see them losing games in the season. They lost to the Dolphins of all teams to lose to in like week 5 or something, and and they had a few bad games against good teams where we were wondering. They lost to my Falcons too. Like
Yeah,
you don't that kind of just tells you everything you need to know. We were
yeah.
looking at Josh Allen like, I don't know, man. He's looking a little shaky. Like, is this the same guy that we saw last year win the MVP award? But now they are storming back into the playoffs. Josh Allen is saying, "No, I'm still that guy." And this game proves that they are still contenders in the AFC and they are first in rushing yards in the league and they're third in points in the league. James Cook has been incredible for them. I was saying they were relying on him a lot and a little too much earlier on, but now that Josh Allen and the receivers and the tight ends, other people are touching the ball, I think it's opened up the James Cook's game, and so they are less reliant on him, and therefore he's getting more yards and making a higher impact on the game. And so I think this is a really good look for the Bills. Yes, it is the Patriots, and they could totally bounce back from this and learn from it. Um, and I know it's only a regular season game. The playoffs are around the corner. They still got to get there. But I'm encouraged. They've won 3 straight. Bengals, what was it? Steelers, Bengals, Steelers, and now Patriots. And those were all top teams this year. At least on paper for the Bengals. I know they weren't. But that was back when they had the most hope they've had. And would have been huge for them. They were all dialed in. They wanted that game. So it was tough. And Josh Allen and the Bills prevailed. They showed you what they're made of, and I like them right now.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. You got anything else to say on that?
Nah, I think you hit on the head with that. I think it's I think it's the Bills' game to lose, honestly.
hmm
That's what it is.
And yeah, Patriots blowing 21-0.
Yeah, well, you expect that out of young talent because
Mm-hmm.
you like even even as good as the Patriots are, you still have a young QB, young talent. I know Stephon is one of the older vets. You know what I'm saying? You have a very young O-line, young QB, young receiving core, minus Stephon, young defense, um, also similar newer coaching, you know, with,
hmm
with Mike Vrabel. So yeah, I just think it's one of those games where it happens to the best of players.
hmm
So you
They
gotta
started that game off hot. I was like, oh, the Patriots are about to beat the Bills again. But now they're 1-1 on the season. So you could credit that to the Bills having a rough start, Patriots having a hot start. I don't know, but um, I think it's still anybody's. I think it's still anybody's game if they meet in the playoffs, until proven otherwise. But this
Absolutely.
just shows the to me, this just shows the Bills aren't done. I'm not necessarily knocking the Patriots off for this, but I think this is more about, hey, the Bills don't give up on them yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why it means more for the Bills. Um, Next question. EJ, do the Packers still have a chance without Micah Parsons? He tore his ACL, was it? Um, Last Sunday. Who'd they play versus, was it the Broncos?
Yes.
Yeah, versus the Broncos. So do the Packers still have a chance without their best defender?
Here's the thing about the Packers. See the Bears play the Packers tomorrow. And with Micah, as he brought up, and his new injury, he tore his ACL, he's out. You got to look at the Green Bay, l- look at the injuries that Green Bay has had, Marshawn Lloyd, Christian Watson, Josh Jacobs, Darian Kennard, Colin Oliver, Evan Williams, Jordan Love, with his shoulder. Now he's participating fully. Um, but like Micah, like Josh Wild, like John Williams, like Tucker Kraft, they have to use their backups, and they're winning games. But when it comes to important games like Chicago, those injuries add up. Those injuries matter. And even as a Bears fan, like you got to look at it. It's like this isn't a full healthy team. It's not. Let's just call spade a spade. But guess what? I don't care
Mhm.
because they made listen, we didn't make no excuses when we lost. We made no excuses. We said, yeah, Caleb threw a bad pass. Y'all got that. Y'all got the interception grade. If Chicago beats Green Bay, there should be no excuses because as many injuries they have, we have injuries as well. Kyler Gordon, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden III, Tremaine Edmonds. He got his 21-day door open to return just a few days ago. He might not return. He might. I don't know. So, and they have to use Duve. They have to use their rookie Jade Walker. So it's going to be a good game. I know it is, but they got to come to Chicago, right? They got to come, what I'm saying, here to play us, and it's going to be a really good game. I'm very excited for it. So yeah,
For
um,
sure.
I think injuries is gonna affect the Green Bay a lot, especially with just how big of a game it is. But with Chicago and how you know, their whole season is going, this should be a very good game and should test Chicago's, it should test how far they've came from even last season going 5-11 or whatever the case may be, 5-12, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's gonna impact a lot.
I'm gonna say they don't have a chance. And that's because I never really thought they had a chance in the first place, man.
Mm.
I just don't. They're just too risky. They're too flip-floppy. They're too streaky for me. Jordan Love, you never know what he's gonna give you. Um, and that's with the elite defender in Micah Parsons, who's kind of their quarterback on the other end of the field, you know. Um, he's kind of like Steph Curry in the NBA, where he draws so many defenders, except this time it's football, and he's drawing, you know, the defense moves with him, and he makes offenses change. Um, and so now you don't have that defensive distraction. So their defense is going to be significantly worse. Just like not even about how many tackles he's getting, it's about what he does for other guys and how he allows, um, players to struggle, quarterbacks to panic. Um, and so now they're going to be giving up points more than they're used to, and they have to focus. And their offense is still a little streaky, you know. So you're now going to be assuming assuming they give up points. They're going to be giving up points with this worse defense, assuming their defense is worse. They're going to be giving up points while struggling to maintain offensive consistency with Jordan Love, the receivers. I know they were missing, I believe they're missing their tight end, weren't they? And so it's all rests on the offense's shoulders, man, now. Because now you got to outscore, you got to score more points than you're giving up now. And I just don't think they can do it. So I'm going to say no. I think they'll lose on Sunday to the Bears. I'm sure you'll be happy about that. Um, and maybe they make the playoffs, but they're not, they're a first round exit.
Mm, I agree. I agree. No
Mhm.
comment.
So we're gonna move on to the next question. The Kansas City Chiefs were eliminated from the playoffs last Sunday versus the Chargers. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL, and he has surgery and will recover and expected to be back by week one of next season, potentially. Where do the Chiefs go from here after this elimination? Um, yeah.
The Chiefs, see, this was a game for the Chiefs to lose. Everything was on their side at this point before the game started. Justin Herbert, his hand was off a thread. If this was your time to really show that you can make a run, this was the game for them to win. And they lost. Patrick Mahomes didn't have a good game. 16 for 28, 189 yards, one interception. Isaiah Pacheco, 11 carries, 21 yards. Travis Kelce, 7 receptions, 70 yards. Justin Herbert played statistically a better game than him. 19 for 29, 210, one tutty and an interception. Marion Hampton, 15 carries, 61 yards. Rondé Gadsden, 4 receptions, 61 yards. This was a game for the Chiefs to lose, and they did lose. This is the first time where there's gonna be like this is anybody's game at this point. Anybody's game. So getting them out the playoffs set a lot of people's heads. Okay, what's going on? I don't think they're not gonna pick up Pacheco next season. Mahomes is gonna be out next season. Gardner Minshew, he's an average quarterback when you need him to be, but when you needed him to perform in the biggest game in Chiefs, I mean, in probably the most important game in Chiefs, like in the Chiefs season, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you lost, and it wasn't a blowout. It was a close game that was very winnable. This was a very winnable game. Took it down all the way to the wire, and your franchise QB tore his ACL. Not looking good for the Chiefs. It's not looking good for anybody on the Chiefs team, organization, coaching, players. The Chiefs are cooked, and it's time to raise the red flag and put it in the ground because the their so-called dynasty is coming to an end.
So if you're the Chiefs, what is your outlook on next season? Where are you going from here, in the offseason and roster construction? What do you think?
Well, at this point, you should start to tank. You know, tanking for the Chiefs means draft picks, means a potential, more potential threats in your receiving core or, in the running back room or on defense, even on special teams. So, look at it from that standpoint. I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to be your starting QB for next season. I just don't see that happening. I think he's going to get released as soon as the season's over. And they might get you know, e- they might get a veteran. They might sign somebody, get a veteran in, to, try to get the Chiefs seasons going, but I just don't think without Mahomes, they will have much success.
I don't think Patrick Mahomes is missing much of next season. He's expected to be back by week one, week two, something like that.
That's
So
perfect. And then really just draft you some more pieces, draft you some more threats. You know, you need more targets, right? And we can't sweep the problems of the Chiefs under the rug because now they're being exposed out to the public. when they were
Mhm.
winning Super Bowls and they were winning AFC championships and Super Bowl MVPs, nobody cared about the problems because as long as you were winning, nobody cared. Now that they're losing, now that they're really shitting the bed, it's getting it's noticeable at this point that they have major problems. And if it's Andy Reid, if it's Matt Nagy, you need to fix something. Something needs to get fixed.
Absolutely. You can't run this back.
You
This
can't.
this team, something's got to change. It's not working. It's over with, bro. You cannot run this back.
Yeah.
You need to improve your defense. You need to figure out what's wrong. You need to maybe get some new faces in there. You just need more fight, man. You just need more fight, and you need um, more targets, like you said. You need to get an elite receiver and a young receiver. Like draft somebody good. Um, you have a bad enough record, you might have a good pick. Um, and you're gonna need a new tight end. Like Travis Kelsey's retiring, man. I think it's clear as day. He
Yeah.
doesn't plan on coming back. So you're gonna need a new tight end. So you're down one target, and you do not want to waste Patrick Mahomes. I know he struggled a bit, but for the most of this season, he was in the top five, top 10 MVP conversation, if I'm not mistaken. So he is still elite, and he still has some great football to be played. I believe he'll recover well from this injury. He's not going to be a scrub, man. He'll win you some games, um, maybe even a Super Bowl. But I think the dynasty is over. And now you just got to retool your roster. We need a new look in Kansas City. Something's got to change. It's time to pass the torch down.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's all I got on the Chiefs.
I agree.
Um, who wins the NFC after last night and what we've seen over the course of the season?
The question is who wins the NFC? And we have a few teams that could has the best chance of winning it. I'm gonna cancel out a few teams. The Cowboys, even though they are still in playoff contention, has no chance of winning the NFC. The Lions have no chance of winning the NFC. The Panthers or the Buccaneers have no chance of winning the NFC. The 49ers, Rams, Seahawks all have a great chance. Bears and Packers have a great chance, and the Eagles, even with 5 losses, they still have a good chance of winning the NFC, depending on these next couple games. But if you want my opinion, I'm going to say the Seahawks. The Seahawks have the best record in the NFC. I feel like they have the best wide receiver in the NFC in all of the NFL. I think they have the best defense in the NFL and in the NFC. This Seahawks team is legit. The Vikings fumbling Sam Darnold was the Seahawks' blessing. Going from such a dominant 2000 2010s, with the Legion of Boom and Russell Wilson and those Seahawks teams coming into the 2020s, it really didn't look like that. Russ was a shell of himself. DK was still young, not developed yet. JSN was still a rookie while the defense was still developing from the Legion of Boom. Now look at this defense now. You know, it's under DeMarcus Lawrence. Like he is the anchor of this Seahawks defense. And you have Rick Woolen. You know what I'm saying? That defense is so elite. It's so elite. And you know, to speak about the offense, you have to speak as highly as the defense as the offense. JSN, the best receiver in the league. Over 1,500 yards already with 2 more games. He might break Megatron's record. He might. It's a big ask, but he has the potential to do it. Cooper Kupp is a great wide receiver too, can get you easy touchdowns. Kenneth Walker the third, amazing running back. He's fast, he's strong. He gets to the bucket. Sam Darnold is an elite quarterback, and he's done this back-to-back years. Last year was not a fluke, right? They went 14-2 for a reason. Now they're 12-3 with 2 games left, going on a 5-game winning streak, about to win the NFC. The Seahawks have a real chance, Sean. I bet you my whole bank account they will.
Really?
This Seahawks team is really, really good as a Bears fan. So it's saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
Seahawks have a really good chance of winning NFC this year.
Okay. I can't necessarily disagree with you based on what we've seen last night. I didn't think they were going to win that game. I thought it was going to be very telling, but this tells me they are not backing down and they are legit. Um, like you could say that Sam Darnold got bailed out by Shaheed, who had that huge punt return. Um, and then the defense clutched up and put him in position to win. But down the stretch, he recognized what was at stake and he recognized the position they were in, and he was able to get it done. He made the game-winning two-pad attempt pass for that touchdown. Um, so that can't be ignored. But I'm gonna say the Rams win the NFC. I'm not hopping off yet. Um, like we've been saying, that game could have gone either way. It was an overtime game, and I believe with Devontae Adams, the Rams win this game because then you have that third option along with Puka Nacua and Kieran Williams, and I believe all they needed was like one other option to me watching that game because you saw the Seahawks defense make adjustments. They saw Williams, they stopped him. They saw Nakua, they stopped him. And you just needed a third guy to be like, "Oh, well, you forgot about him. I'm here," you know? And with Devontae Adams, I believe they win this game. They it's just a simple numbers game. Um, and having everybody playing as big a game as they did, adding another elite wide receiver to that, um, just makes it more towards the Rams to win that game. And um, so I think if he can have a good recovery and he comes back, I think the Rams can beat anybody and will beat most people. Um, we'll see what the rest of the season looks like. We'll see what the playoffs look like and seeding. But the Rams are first in first downs. Okay, elite offense, elite quarterback. I think it's safe to say Matthew Stafford is the MVP. Like straight up. Like he's amazing. He's had the best season out of every quarterback right now. It's looking like. Um, so I'm gonna stick with the Rams for the NFC until I see more than an overtime game without Devontae Adams. Um, so yeah.
Wow. No. Hell no. What? Matt Stafford, MVP? No, don't get me wrong. Top three. He's a top three MVP candidate. I just think Josh Allen and Drake May have had better seasons than him this year.
What?
So,
What?
so are you telling me that Drake May has not had a better season than Matt Stafford?
Yes.
You telling me Josh Allen, with his back against the wall, beating the Patriots, probably the best team, one of the best teams in the NFC, top two for sure, is not better than Matt Stafford.
That was impressive, but look at the overall, look at his struggles earlier on in the season. As a whole, Matthew Stafford has been consistent.
Fair enough. I'll agree.
Um,
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you.
all right. We're gonna get to our last NFL question here and then move to some NBA. Um, did the Rams Seahawks game last night decide the NFC? It went to overtime, and the Seahawks were able to win on the two-pad attempt walk off. Did that game decide who wins the NFC?
No, that game does not decide who wins the NFC because the Bears have as much as a chance as the Seahawks or the Rams. The As much as I hate to say it, the Packers do and the Eagles. They have a
No,
chance to
hell
win.
no.
They have a chance to win the AFC for sure because it's like it's anybody's game, right? We face the Niners, we face the Lions, we face the Packers, and the Bears can legit win all of those. We go 13-4, go crazy.
I think it's Rams, Seahawks, and then everybody else in the NFC. I think they're on a tier above everyone. Um, I don't know if Chicago, I hate to say it, I don't know if the Bears have what it takes to win multiple playoff rounds. They're just too young and inexperienced, and they're kind of like the Patriots. Like we didn't expect them to do this well. I know you damn well did not expect them to
No,
do
no, no, no. I expected the Patriots to do well. People expected the Patriots to do well. I
not
don't
the
know what,
Bears, not the Bears.
but you said the Patriots. I don't know where you got that. I don't know where you got
No one
that.
expected them to be one seed good.
Who?
Patriots.
What? Are you crazy?
No
Drake
one,
Drake May was posed as Tom Brady before this season.
but
What do
they
you?
were young. No one expected him to have an MVP season.
I did. Drake May is one of the best rookies out of that
You are
class.
lying to your te through your teeth right now, Brian.
All right. Okay, cool. Wow. Hey, I said this first episode. Y'all can, you feel me? I'm telling you, y'all can go tune back in and look what I said. But I said Drake May, he's like that.
It's Rams, Seahawks, and everybody else in the NFC, man. They're just two elite teams. And they're the most proven, I feel like. We're gonna transition to some NBA. Are you worried about the Golden State Warriors? They're about 1 or 2 games under 500. They just lost to the Suns. Curry is back, but they're still not winning games. Are you worried about Golden State?
Am I worried about Golden State? No. Um, as much as it hate me to say it, Steph Curry is Steph Curry. He had 48 against the Blazers and they lost. And then he had a game where he had 15 and they lost to the Suns. So that was a game for them to lose. And they lost that game. You know, Jimmy picked up slack with 31. Pods had 18. Draymond only had 7. Uh Quentin Post had only had 9. Everybody else had lower than 10. Um this was a bad game for Steph. Jimmy tried to save him, didn't work. But I'm not fearful of the Warriors. I think the Warriors are a good team. Will they make a deep playoff run? Hell no. Let's just keep it a buck. They are way better Western Conference teams. As much as Matt loves to say that Curry is better and the Warriors are gonna win the finals, that's just not gonna happen. You got Houston, you got Spurs. As much as I hate to say it, you do have Denver and you do have the Thunder, who are significantly better than the Warriors. So am I scared for them? No, I think they're gonna have a decent record, but I just think there are at least 5 or 6 teams in the NBA as a whole that could that that in the playoffs would smoke the Warriors. 100%.
Sounds like you're scared. You're scared for them. That's a pretty good reason to be fearful if you're a Warriors fan. If I'm Joe Lacob right now, I'm making a move
It's
ASAP, man.
early. It's too early. It's not even All-Star break yet.
Yeah, but you're 2 games under 500. You already have a
So
hole you already have a hole to climb out of.
you're
Like
2 game okay. You're 2 games. You act like they're the
it's gonna
Nets. They're
take
7 and 14. What do you mean? It's gonna
it's
take
gonna take a 6, 7, 8 game win streak to get up there with the top 6 seeds.
Listen, they're ninth in the Western Conference. They are a half a game behind Grizzlies at 8th seed, 2.5 games behind the 7th seed.
And even if they do get those, even if they do improve the record, you said it, man. There's about 5 teams who can beat them in the playoffs.
That's true. But
Making the
again,
playoffs isn't winning anything.
but Sean, you
That's
have
not
to
a that's
Sean,
that you
you
want to
have
win series, bro. That if you're not confident in them winning any playoff series, then that's worried. That
it is early. It is still early. So the teams that we can judge are the lower teams that we know are not going to make it. The Kings, the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Jazz, the Mavs, hell, even the Trailblazers. I'm not counting the Warriors out. They're 2 games behind 500. They're not the worst team in the league. They're not the best. Do they have a chance? Maybe. Is it likely? No. But you always give them a chance because Steph Curry he's gonna prevail when he needs to prevail. That's
I'll
how
give them a chance at the playoffs.
that's how it
I
is.
think
It
anybody
is
would.
still early. It's not. We're not even 30 games in yet.
Are you giving them a chance at winning the West? Are you giving them a chance at winning the championship?
I'm giving them a chance and just make it going to the playoffs and winning the championship. It's a very slim chance, but a chance is a chance, and sometimes you got to take that chance. And they're the ninth seed. They're only 2 games behind 500. They're going through early season struggles like every team does, right? Am I right or wrong about that? I
Not
mean,
every team. Not every team. Elite teams don't.
the Raptors and the Knicks were struggling. Now look, they're 2-3 in the East.
They weren't this bad. They weren't struggling this much.
What do you mean? Yes, they were.
Not this season.
Look in the beginning of the season,
All right,
Sean.
in the first 5 games, that doesn't count. This far in,
It's okay. Listen, what do you mean this far in? We're not even 30 games in yet. You're
yeah,
talking
but
about
you're
this far
over a
in?
month. You're 2 months in. I
You're
think
not
that
you 2 months in, you're not even at All-Star break. If this was after All-Star break, I would give you that. We're not even at All-Star break yet.
no team has ever struggled this far in. I know it's only 2 months, but that's enough time to look like a good team or not. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Like, name me a team who's been at under 500 by Christmas and
By Christmas,
won who
It's not even
won
Christmas
in the
yet.
playoffs.
It's not even Christmas yet. You're saying by Christmas. It's not even
I'm just
Christmas yet.
saying the writing's on the wall, and
It's
I
not
don't,
though because
you can't just flip a switch like that.
on, but you're judging them so quickly though. You keep talking about, oh no, no, it's not. You're not even 30 games in yet. They
I'm also
just
looking, I'm also looking at them, and you need to make a big trade. It's not working right now.
for
You're
who?
too
Okay,
reliant.
for
You're
who?
too
For who?
reliant on
For
Steph
who?
Curry. Jimmy Butler is not enough.
For who?
I don't. Somebody. You need a big man. You
So
need a
okay.
Sabonis or somebody. Like you need Giannis maybe. Like if they got Giannis, all the problems go away.
What?
But
Oh my God! You
you need
keep
to get rid of Kaminga. He's not in the rotation. He's
Sean.
making things difficult. You don't know what to do with him. He doesn't feel good about it. You don't feel good about it.
Oh,
And Curry has to drop 40 for them to win games.
dude.
That's not
They
working.
lost. They
I
lost.
know because he didn't drop 40, and they're still losing when he drops 40. He dropped 48 and they still
They
lost.
lost by one. They lost by one. I don't want to hear you say nothing to me. They
Dropped
lost by
15
one.
last night, but
They lost by one.
yeah, but that was one. All right, they got. I mean, it's a loss is a loss. Look at all their wins. It's all like most of their wins have Curry going for 40, 30. Like
Keep saying every team needs Giannis this, Giannis that, Trailblazers, Mavericks,
they're too
Warriors,
reliant on Curry. Jimmy
Suns,
Butler, those 30
Timberwolves.
points didn't make much of an impact.
Every team doesn't need Giannis. Every team doesn't need a Giannis on their team. The Warriors won 4 championships without Giannis. What do you think?
Well, then they need a Sabonis. They just need another.
They
They need
have
a
a
third guy.
Sabonis.
They need
They
a
have a
third guy.
Sabonis. They have a Sabonis. They have Draymond.
What are you talking about, man?
What are
Draymond
you talking
Green.
about? What are you talking about?
Draymond Green is not a third guy.
So who's the third guy? Pods?
They
No.
don't have one. That's what I'm saying.
All
You
right.
have Curry, you have Jimmy, you need somebody else.
So Draymond is just chopping
Somebody's
up.
got to step up. We thought it was supposed to be Kaminga, but that's not working.
You're right. It's Draymond.
It was supposed to be one of your young guys, maybe Moody or Pods. No, they're not ready. They're not going. They're not that guy.
So where do you
And
project the Warriors to be? Where do you project them to be?
if you want a chance at really winning playoff games, they got to be at least a top 6 seed. I think they'll barely squeeze it in, but right now it's looking like they're going to be a playing team, who's going to squeeze into the first round of the playoffs. And that's irrelevant, man. You're wasting Steph Curry. You need to go all in, man.
All right. Whatever you say.
We're gonna move to our last question, our second to last question. Are the San Antonio Spurs legit? They just lost the NBA Cup championship. Wembanyama just came back. His second game back was last night. He's been coming off the bench. You got Castle back, Harper's back. Spurs are fully healthy for the first time this season. Are the Spurs legit?
I think the Spurs are a legit team. Like I said, this is a young team, with a few vets, and it's looking good. Um, it's first season in a while where we've seen the Spurs become potential threats, and not just in the West, but in the NBA. You have Wembanyama, Harper, Castle, Cornette, Sohan, Vassell, De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson, Kelly Olynyk, Jordan McLaughlin, Harrison Ingram. They have a lot of young players and a few vets who are teaching these young players, you know, the right way to play basketball. This Spurs team is really good. They play every aspect of the game really good, shooting three-pointers, driving uh to the rock. We see Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. They call them the Slash Bros. Because they're always going to the bucket, scoring, and they're really good at that. Um, we have Wimbiana and Cornette, um, French Vanilla. That's their name. There's a duo name. Like these are these are really good players on a really good team, and the Spurs do have the Spurs have a legit chance. I think they do.
Hmm. For sure. I couldn't agree more. This team, as young as it is, with 21-year-old Victor Wembanyama, Castle in his second season, and a rookie Dylan Harper, and they're already capable of beating the Oklahoma City Thunder, as we just saw a few days ago. And they're looking like legitimate threat in the Western Conference. They're so large with Victor Wembanyama. Their defense is elite. Um, you have young guards who keep you on your toes. You have Fox who's just clutch at the end of games and with shots. And you have you have Stephon Castle who's been a great playmaker, opening up the floor for everyone, and he can get a few buckets of his own. And you're seeing the Chris Paul effect play out again. Don't forget, he was on the Spurs last year, and I think it's no coincidence that Stephon Castle's taken a leap. We saw it happen with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. We saw it happen with Devin Booker. Um, the Chris Paul effect is real, and we are seeing it with this Spurs team post Chris Paul, and they've acquired pieces for the roster of the offseason with Luke Kornet, who's an elite backup center, especially paired with Wemby. I mean, that's crazy, man. Um, the Spurs, they look really good, and this is honestly one of the worst years they're gonna be. The Spurs are coming, man. Like this is like last season was the worst they'll be, and this season they're only gonna get better from here. Victor Wembanyama is nowhere near his prime yet. Neither was Castle. These and Harper's just getting started. Like this is scary, man. They are coming and they are arriving, and everybody in the West should be scared of them. They can compete with the Houston Rockets defense. I think they're that elite. They're that young and athletic and talented. Um, don't count them out. Um,
Absolutely.
we're gonna move to our last question here. Um, the All-Star break is around the corner in a couple months. All-Star voting has opened up 2 days ago. Um, who are your NBA All-Star starters? Let's go East and West. Um, the format will be World versus USA, but right now we're just going to do East West because that's how the voting's set up. So, who are your All-Star starters for each conference? You can go first.
Um,
Let's go. Actually, let's alternate. You go West. I'll go West. You go East. I'll go East.
okay. I think for the West, my guard, give me Shea, of course. Shea's gonna be the all-star starter, point guard. Shooting guard, honestly, give me
I'm pretty sure it can be positionless this year. It's a positionless voting.
I know,
Okay.
I
Just
know.
want to make sure.
Um, Wemby for sure, starting center. I believe Luca should definitely make it. Jokic. So you have two bigs, two guards. You need one more for KD, and that's a really good lineup. five. I think that's a really good five starter lineup for the All-Star for the West.
I'm agree with everybody except for KD. He's good, but I'm gonna take Ant over him. I'm gonna put Anthony Edwards. I think he's been starter worthy more than KD has. Um, let's hear the East.
For the East, I'm gonna say definitely Brunson, starting point guard. Um, Starting center, give me Cat. I think he's proved that he is the best center in the East. Um, give me um, give me Giannis. Giannis has, even with injuries, Giannis has proven that he is like that. Um, Even with all the drama with Milwaukee. Um, I'm going to say Norman Powell.
Starter?
Yes, he's like that. And Cade Cunningham.
All right. I'm gonna agree with you with Cade, Brunson, and Giannis, and then I'm gonna sneak in another guard in Tyrese Maxey, man. He's averaging like 32 points per game. He's been the Sixers franchise guy.
They're not better than the Heat, though. I can't do that.
Doesn't matter, man. Maxey is elite. And Jalen Brown, I'm gonna put in there too. He's been amazing for the Celtics without Tatum. Um, Averaging damn near 30. So I think those guys deserve to be in it. We're gonna transition to the good, bad, and ugly every week. We list our good, which is something positive we've seen the last week. Something bad, something that just wasn't great, but not the worst. And then ugly is the worst. Something that really disgusted you. Um, you can start us off, EJ.
My good, bad, and ugly for this episode. My good, I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
They're just a really good team overall. Defense, offense, special teams, coaching. They're a really good team. And they have the best record in the NFC. Um, so yeah, and they are projected to win the NFC West. So that's pretty good. The bad, uh, I'm gonna go with the Cincinnati Bengals. They suck. Uh, they got blown out by the Ravens and just really ended their season right there.
Season's over, man.
Um, that has no ex That's just explained for itself. The Bengals suck. Joe Burrow, he's not really doing good he's not doing good in life so far with the NFL, just personal. It's not doing good, man. So I hope next season they can turn it around. My ugly, I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Pelicans, man.
Again.
They are trash. Derek Queen, the rookie, is really proving that he is in the league. People are saying trade Zion, make make DQ the franchise player, which fair enough. Zion hasn't played, Derek Queen has, and he's shown up. He's proved that he can be that guy. With so many injuries with DeJounte Murray and Jordan Poole and Zion. So that's my good, bad, and ugly for the week.
Before I say mine, I will say, did anybody else notice that the Pelicans have been quietly having Zion come off the bench? I don't know if that's because he's coming back from injury or what, but just wanted to point that out.
No, I did not notice that.
It's probably because of his injury, but a little weird. We're seeing that a little often with Wemby now, other guys too. Um, Anyways, my good, I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. They've won three straight against the Steelers, Bengals, and now the Patriots. Josh Allen has been absolutely clutch in the fourth quarters, just really winning those games for them. Kincaid has stepped up, other guys. James Cook has been amazing all season long, but especially right now when they need him the most. Bills look poised for a great run. This maybe it is the year, man. I like what I'm seeing from the Bills right now. My bad is the NBA Cup. Once again, I'm going to say it. I was watching the game the other night on Tuesday. I know. It's a competitive basketball. We should be appreciating it, but it just feels like a waste of time to me. I understand the extra money from that perspective, but this game is means nothing, counts nothing towards the regular season, counts nothing towards the divisions. There's no playoff implications. I'm not gonna lie, I straight up, it was a decent game, but I just turned off my TV at halftime, man. Put on a movie or something. Like,
What?
it's a waste of time. It does nothing for us. It does nothing at all.
For
It's just highlights.
basketball fans, yes, it's
It's
another
just NBA
basketball.
highlights.
See, and guess what? No, because you prove my point. You don't watch games.
I do watch.
You
I
don't,
don't
because
I
you
watch
just said
meaningful
no.
games.
You
I
said
watch
out your
meaningful
mouth.
games.
You said out your mouth that you turned off the game at halftime because it's a cup game. It doesn't mean nothing.
Because
So
it
what?
doesn't mean anything, man.
So
It
what?
doesn't. The
Half of
Knicks
these
are
games
certified.
mean nothing.
All it means is that the Knicks are certified frauds. Because
Half
every
of
team that wins this thing doesn't win.
Sean, half of these games mean nothing. What are you talking about? You're
Counts towards your
contradicting
record
yourself.
little by little.
You're contradicting
They all
yourself.
matter, except for this one.
How
They-
does it not matter? It's another regular season
Because
game.
you
It's
look at the
another
Western Conference last year, you look at the tight East run this year, every game matters. You can be one game separated from making the
okay
playoffs.
then. Every
All
game
of these
matters.
games matter,
You
man.
just said every game matters. What are you
Except
talking
for this
about?
one. It doesn't count towards your record. It
Yes,
doesn't
it
do anything.
does.
Doesn't do anything, man.
It counts to your record, Sean.
It
It's
doesn't
a
do
it's a
anything.
regular season
No,
game.
it doesn't. The championship game for the NBA Cup, look it up. It does not count towards your record.
Okay, fine,
It's the
fine,
one game of the
fine.
whole tournament that doesn't
Then
count.
you win the NBA Cup. That goes
So
with your
what?
legacy. It goes with your
No,
legacy.
it doesn't. That's not
Yes,
impressive
it
at
does.
all. It's just one game that you happen to get into. Like,
No, you don't just happen to get into that. You have to win.
you should be treating all the games before that like you would any game because they also count towards your regular season. So it means nothing. It's just who ended
It's
up winning
just
the most
it's an
games in November.
it's
It's
listen.
literally it's the November championship.
It's an exhibition game, and if you're a real basketball fan, you're gonna sit your ass down and you're gonna watch that. Clearly, you're not because you turned it
Don't
off.
even act like I didn't text you and you agreed with me. Like we
No,
don't want to see this.
I didn't see it. No, here's the thing. I didn't watch it and turn it off. I just didn't watch it because I knew I wasn't gonna watch it.
It's a, you know what? You're the one who doesn't watch
No,
the
no,
game.
I know I watch all the games. You
At least
turned
I
it
saw the
on.
first half.
You turned it
At least
on
I
and
saw the
turned it
first half.
off. I knew I wasn't gonna see it because I just don't care. But it's still for real basketball fans.
What are you
No,
saying, man?
listen, just listen. For real basketball fans, they're gonna sit there and they're gonna watch that. You're not going to because it don't matter, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
I'm an analytical basketball fan, and I don't want to watch meaningless games.
How are you an analytical basketball
I think
fan, but you
that's
don't
fair.
watch the games?
I think that's fair because it doesn't tell us anything.
It tells us who's better.
No, it doesn't. It's one game sample size
Okay, fine. Oh, OKC lost the game. So why did you put Denver over them then?
because it's
They
power
lost.
rankings. It goes by weekly
Oh
hot
my
streaks.
God. Oh my God.
That is the one thing you can take by a day by day basis that you can take by like it's fully now. Like that's
They're
just
the
how power
best
rankings
team in
work.
the league.
No, it's
I could
best team
see.
of like the
No.
week. It's like
I
best teams like this week, bro. That's literally
this
what the power
week.
rankings are.
It's still OKC. It's still OKC.
Maybe,
Why
but
don't you understand?
they lost this week to
They
a
lost
third.
2 games this whole season. Denver has lost 6.
All right.
I okay.
My ugly, I'm gonna give to the Cowboys, man. They lost to the Vikings for a chance at staying alive for the playoffs, and you might as well eliminate them, man. To make the playoffs, they must win out in their last 3 games of the season, and then on top of that, even if they do win out, the Eagles also have to lose out for them to make the playoffs. So they lost to 9, bro, for a chance at the playoffs. They lost to JJ McCarthy, and JJ McCarthy gritted in for a touchdown and essentially eliminated them from the playoffs. How are you going to lose to JJ McCarthy?
They're not eliminated yet, brother.
You might as well be, bro.
They're not
They might
eliminated.
as well. Did you hear what I just said? The Eagles have to lose out and they have to win out.
I
There's
understand.
no chance.
The Cowboys
No
have a
chance.
real chance of winning against the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Giants. And I understand. Okay, great.
They're
Let's
not beating the Chargers.
okay. Let, let's look at the Eagles schedule. They face the
The
Commanders
Eagles
twice.
are losing maybe one game.
They face the Commanders twice, and they face the Bills. They're losing against the Bills.
They might win that. Regardless, they have to lose out and they're going to win at least one of those games. And the Cowboys are going to lose one of those games, if not more. So there's no chance they make the playoffs. So that's my good, bad, and ugly. Good Bills, bad NBA Cup, ugly Cowboys. Um,
Oh, I agree.
we're gonna move on to your segment. Well, not your segment, but you're gonna do this one. What are you mad about, EJ?
Chicago Bulls, man. Bulls suck.
uh,
Um, they're
I
trash.
knew it was coming.
They are the one of the worst teams in the East. Uh, they've won a couple games, but started off 6-0. Thought they would become lethal threats. Never did. So I'm kind of down on that. But other than that, it is what it is. It's just they suck. That's all I gotta say. They are so trash.
You don't sound very mad, bro. What is this? What are you disappointed
I'm
about?
down. Yeah. What do you want me to yell? I'm mad.
Uh, you look more sad to me.
Yeah, it's looking bad for
We are,
these
what are
teams.
we, like a month removed from you saying the Bulls could contend?
All right, brother. All right, brother.
Uh, with that, we're gonna get to Lippy's list. This week we got top five NBA teams on the nice list. We had the naughty list a couple of weeks ago. Christmas is next week. So now we're gonna end on a high note with top five teams on the nice list, baby. Ooh, at number five, we got the Houston Rockets. They had a very successful offseason. They traded Jalen Green for KD and put their missing offensive piece into the roster. You pick up Dorian Finney-Smith, Clint Capella, you add defenders, and you fix your shooting issue, and you got away your biggest problem was Jalen Green, who you couldn't rely on for big games, and now you have KD, who is built for big games, and they've been very, very successful, and they're just doing everything right. So the Houston Rockets are on the fifth spot on my nice list. Number four, we got the Boston Celtics. You see Tatum go down last year in the playoffs, tragically tearing his Achilles, and financially forced out of the super team they had. You had to get rid of Holiday. You had to get rid of Porzingis. Um, but no, they're still successful after missing Tatum, Holiday, and Porzingis. The role players are stepping up. Kata has been great at the center slot. You see Walsh coming up off the bench. You pick up Anthony Simons, who's been solid, a six-man candidate. Peyton Pritchard steps up into the starting role. Jaylen Brown steps up into the superstar role. I think there's less of a gap between him and Tatum than we expected. Um, and Derek White's still there. The Celtics team is still elite, and with Tatum, I think they should be favorites to come out the East. And I think they have a real shot at dethroning OKC if Tatum's back. I like the Celtics team. They have been very nice this year. Number three, the San Antonio Spurs. We thought they would be better this year, but we didn't think they'd be this much better. We didn't think they'd be in contention. For a top five West seed. We didn't think they would be capable of beating the Thunder, but now it's looking like they can at least be competitive with them. And they've exceeded expectations. They got Dylan Harper and more young talent to the roster that's already an elite young core. Castle year two. They've had a great year and a great 2025. That's why they're number three on my nice list. Number two, we have the OKC Thunder. They keep getting better, man. Week by week, month by month, season by season. They're the best team in the league by far. I know they were number two in my power rankings, but they're still the best team in the league, and they're still the favorites um, as of right now. They're the number one defense in the league, and defense wins championships. I think the Nuggets can and will beat them if everyone's healthy in the come playoff time. But they're the best regular season team right now, and they have the reigning MVP in Shea, who somehow got better. Like the team that's already elite is getting better. So it's just I can't say enough about them. Number one, the Detroit Pistons. They're the number one on my nice list. Um, no one and their grandmother expected the Pistons to be the one seed this year. The best team in the Eastern Conference it's looking like right now. Um, Cade Cunningham is elite. He should be in the MVP conversation. He should be top five in the MVP race right now. He's putting up crazy numbers. He's just so clutch. Every game, he's no matter how poorly he played before the fourth quarter, come fourth quarter, he's hitting clutch shot after clutch shot with the mid range jumpers, playmaking. Jalen Duren has taken a leap this year. You see Asar Thompson in year three. They pick up Duncan Robinson and add some shooting. I like this Pistons team. I think they have a shot at going past the first, second round this year. Um, that's my nice list this week. We got number five Rockets, number four Celtics, number three Spurs, number two Thunder, number one Pistons. Happy holidays. That's my nice list, everybody. Um, what are your thoughts, EJ?
I agree for the most part. I think the Pistons are very nice. Last season in studio, I said that Detroit was a very good team and would make a run. I said that out my mouth. You can check that on Spotify. I said
True.
that Detroit is a great team. So I just I, I want to give myself flowers.
Fair enough. We're gonna transition to the weak link now. EJ, what is your weak link?
My weak link, and I brought this team up earlier. My weak link is Joe Burrow.
Really?
Joe Burrow came back thinking, yeah, I'm gonna go back on my king, like I'm gonna go back on my throne and take back the Bengals organization. Nah, I don't think so. You're 4-9. A few years ago, you were in the Super Bowl in the AFC championships and conversations of winning Super Bowl. Joe Burrow was a candidate for MVP. Injuries is stopping him, and it's not his fault. But when you come back too quickly, ambitious for something, maybe too ambitious,
Hmm.
you tend to fail because your expectations were so high. At this point in time, the Bengals have been eliminated from playoffs for a good 2 to 3 weeks. It has not been looking good. Their last saving grace was Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, not Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco. Excuse me. And they traded him. You put Jake Browning in, he shows you a little bit, and then he just craps the bed. And then Joe Burrow comes back thinking, okay, what's going on? Nothing happened. So you have to analyze like, what's going on.
Hmm.
Like, is Joe Burrow the issue? Is it coaching? What is it? That's my weak link of the week.
I think you're getting a little too hard on him, man. I mean, he doesn't have much to work with. His O line's not great. His defense isn't great. Um, and they've had a just up and down season struggling. It looks like he's had some mental issues too. So, um, I don't know, man. I don't think he takes a lot of the blame.
It's been here's the thing. You said he doesn't have much. You have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. That should tell you everything.
True. I can get behind that.
I just don't understand. I know you don't
But
depend
it
on my
does take a miracle for them to make the playoffs with him coming back, like
I understand. I trust me, I do. But when you have a threat, when you have Jamar Chase, who last year was the best receiver in the league, who won the triple crown, who could have easily done it again. and you don't prevail. Even when Joe Burrow was playing, they were at best 2-2 before he got injured, and then it just went down there from there. So
Mhm.
that's my weak link of the week.
All right, I'll get behind that. Um, we've arrived at our last segment here, NFL. We're gonna recap week 15 briefly, and then we're gonna get into our week 16 picks for this week. Um, the Baltimore Ravens beat the Cincinnati Bengals last Sunday 24 to 0 and basically eliminated the Bengals for playoff contention. What did that game tell you, EJ? Do you think the Ravens got a shot? Pretty bad for the Bengals. We talked about that.
And I think CK's gonna be happy. I'm big on the Ravens. This was a game for them to lose, right? Because everybody thought, yeah, the Ravens, ooh, they lost to uh Pittsburgh. They lost to Pittsburgh. Everybody thought, yeah, the Bengals are gonna stomp them out. This, that,
Hmm.
and third. Ravens are 7-7. They destroyed the Bengals 24 zip. Lamar 8 for 12, 150 yards, two tutties and an interception. Joe Burrow 25-39, 225, two interceptions. This, like I said, this is a game for Baltimore to lose. Nobody scored in the first quarter. Second quarter, Ravens come out storming, 14 points. Third quarter, they get a field goal. Fourth quarter, they score a touchdown, 24 zip. I'm big on the Ravens because you have to win this game. If you didn't, see, if the Bengals had won this game, it didn't matter to them. They were out the playoffs either way. The
Hmm.
Ravens have a real chance of one, winning the division, and two, of making the playoffs. Even if they get blown out in the first round, making the playoffs is a big thing, especially for John Harbaugh, because he's been there for a long time. So
Yeah, Bengals just had no answers. They made the Ravens, who've been struggling, look really good. So, like, I think neither team is legit, and just a bad look for the Bengals. Bad vibes. That's all I gotta say. Your Chicago Bears beat the Cleveland Browns in Shador 31 to 3. Shador Sanders 177 yards, 18 for 35, three interceptions, zero touchdowns, sacked five times, and a QBR of 30. Is this like you were talking about? We were talking about Stefanski last week. What do you say? What's your reaction to this performance?
coaching is one of the biggest aspects of the football game, and with the Cleveland Browns, it's it's not only the biggest factor, it's their biggest demise at this point.
Mm.
Look at Stefanski. Look at how he's treated Shador the past couple weeks. It's not been good. Are you telling me on the post game, you admitted that Shador had the wrong wristband on for the first two drives of the game? First two drives or two quarters of the game? It doesn't matter. I think it's sabotage at this point. Like, I understand the Bears have a great defense, but you shouldn't do that to come on now. Like, and I'm not blaming Stefanski at all for this loss, partially. I think Shador, he's a rookie. He still needs time to develop. He doesn't have any pieces. Jerry Judy, see, one of those interceptions of Jerry is Jerry Judy's fault. He had he had the ball. Jalen Johnson, he's a ball hawk. He just takes it out his hands, you know. And Shador, but that's a great pass. Judy caught it, but he didn't have any stability with it, and Johnson took it away. So I'm
Hmm.
not gonna blame Shador for that interception. Other two, the one that was intercepted by CD Deuce, CJ Gardner Johnson, that was underthrown, but it was a good pass, a good try, a good pass either way. I think CJ's a ball hawk. He's been there for years. Like, well, he's been in the league for years, excuse me. Like, he knows how to get the job done. Shador just needs more time. He needs more threats. He needs
Hmm.
better coaching. We need to treat Shador like a real QB instead of a damn freshman in college. Okay, I know he's a rookie, but treat him with the same damn respect as any other quarterback because he is good. Like we saw the throws to Isaiah Bond. I know Harold Fannin. I know David Njoku is I know he's out. Judy can be a wide receiver one, but really he's like a wide receiver three or four. With how far he's down in the depth chart. To me, he's not good enough to be on the Bears. I mean, Bears, the Browns starting lineup. You know, I think he's trash. You know, yeah,
Yeah. I think that performance is undeniably bad from Shador. I don't think there's much you can say against it. The Browns did have no shot at winning that game playing a hot Bears team. But Shador, man, you got to do better than that. Got to give me at least one touchdown, bro. At least be a little more efficient. Like it just looked bad, man. I think most of his season you can blame Stefanski for. You can blame the Browns roster for. But I don't know. I know rookies have struggles. He's had some bright spots too, but you just need to see more than what we saw. Um, so we'll see if he can recover from that. That's all I got to say regarding that. The Broncos beat the Packers 34 to 26, baby. Your Broncos continue to roll.
yeah. I told you this, and you said, EJ, I'm tripping. And guess what happened? Broncos proved that they are the team to beat. They've won 11, 12 straight. It's only up from here.
hmm Yeah, and then to cap it off, Micah Parsons walks off with that torn ACL. That just really deflated him, man. But that was nonetheless a great performance by the Broncos playing a good Packers team. You like to see that from a young team like the Broncos beating contending teams. We're gonna get into our Week 16 picks to end the show. We're gonna go game by game and see who we got. Eagles Commanders tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Eagles,
Um, who you
Eagles,
taking?
Eagles.
Me too. I'll roll with the Eagles too. I believe Jaden Daniels is out for the remainder of the season.
Yes,
So it should be Eagles by a landslide. We got your Bears versus the Packers. Soldier Field tomorrow, 8:20 p.m. Eastern time. Who you got? It's a big
Bears,
game.
Bears.
I'm gonna roll with the Bears too. I think the Packers are just cooked defensively without Micah. I think Bears will capitalize. We got Cowboys Chargers on Sunday.
I'm going with Dallas.
Really,
Yeah.
screw it. I'll go with them too, just because their season um, is already over anyway, and they want to give us a little more hope to mess with us. So I'll go with the Cowboys. Um, we got Vikings Giants. I'm gonna go Vikes.
I'll go Vikings.
All right, we got Bengals Dolphins. Um,
I'm going.
Dolphins are still alive, right? Yeah.
No, the Dolphins are not alive,
Oh,
dog.
they
They're
got
six and
eliminated, I
eight.
guess.
They've been eliminated. They got eliminated by the Steelers last game. I'm going with Cincy.
Me too. Dolphins, I believe, are benching Tua now.
Yeah, they're putting in Quinn Ewers.
hmm So it should be Bengals. Buccaneers Panthers. Surprisingly, it's a big game.
I'm gonna go with Tampa. I think Mike Evans gonna have a good game.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Okay.
I think the Buccaneers hot streak has come to an end. I think the Panthers are gonna make a playoff push. I got Bryce Young in the Panthers.
Where
I'm just gonna skip Jets Saints. We got Bills Browns, Shador versus Josh Allen. Bills by a landslide.
Yeah, come on, bro. It's not even a question.
Chiefs Titans, might as well skip.
It's not even.
Jaguars Broncos. That's a big one.
I'm going with the Broncos.
Me too. I'm gonna go Broncos, but I think Jaguars could pull it off. My Falcons at Cardinals. I'm gonna go Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going Cardinals.
Mm. We got Raiders Texans. We got Steelers Lions. Pretty big game.
I'm
I'm gonna
going
go.
Pittsburgh.
You're gonna go Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to say Lions, but I think the Steelers could totally win. I think I'm gonna go Lions, just barely. We got Patriots, Ravens, one of the bigger games. Um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Patriots. I think they bounce back.
What? Fair enough.
And then lastly, we have Niners, Colts.
I'm going with the Colts.
Really, Philip Rivers.
I think. Well, here's the thing. We need San Fran to lose definitely. Um, One because it gives the Bears confidence uh to beat San Fran, and I want to see this redemption arc from Philip Rivers. I think he's still a good quarterback at 44 years old. So
hmm I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the Niners just because they should win, but Colts could definitely win.
okay,
Um, Ladies and gentlemen, that does the show for today and the year 2025. We will catch y'all in 2026 back in the studio in January. Our next show will be on January 3rd, I believe. Tune in. We will have clips coming. Until then, make sure to follow us on all socials, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok at pick and roll underscore four. And follow me and EJ on Instagram. We got just underscore EJ, Sheen, the green bean for me. Um, yeah, that's us for 2025. We will see y'all in the new year.
peace, y'all. Have a good New Year's.